Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and J. Michael Straczynski wrote this particular episode, and it is incredibly clever. First, he takes, there are two actual stories going on here. One is that the captain wants Ivanova to interview a new lieutenant. He's just been promoted from Lieutenant JG to lieutenant. He works in the main control area. And so he wants Ivanova to sit down and talk to him, and without giving anything away, find out if he might be a good fit for another ranger. Always use good people. And the other story is that a couple we see in the very first scene puts some kind of slug into someone's body. They puts on their back, and then it soaks through their skin until it wraps itself around the spinal cord and then controls the people. And what's great about both of these stories is that nothing takes you where you expect it to. The fact of the matter is that we have science fiction tropes. If an alien comes along and merges with a human, they somehow have some design on taking over something or being a way to mass murder. And in this case, it isn't. It's completely the opposite thing. And throughout the entire episode, we have mostly Dr. Franklin and Marcus trying to find out what's going on with these people and why they should want to infect people from the down below rather than people who have any influence, as in officers or ambassadors. And the reasoning is sound enough, but it's completely flipped on its head. And the same thing with the mission that Ivanova is given. The lieutenant mistakenly takes her invitation to come and visit with her in her quarters as an invitation for a date. And at the same time, Marcus is interested in Ivanova, who is not interested in him. And this is kind of a reverse love triangle, which I find rather entertaining. The whole episode was really very entertaining. It was suspenseful. It had a good amount of action in it. It had a good amount of mystery and a couple of characters that you grew interested in one short episode. And all of that said, and we learn a little bit more about Marcus, who is rather well-read and more so than most of the people he's around, so they think that he's just kind of strange. And all of this goes together into a delightful episode, and it's because everything that you think that you know about the science fiction tropes, well, of course, JMS knows it too and decides to twist it around so you won't recognize it exactly, and does that in this episode. So I highly recommend it. I think this is one of the best Babylon 5 episodes I've seen. It really does not have anything to do with the story arc about the Shadow War, although there is a little bit of talk about it, but it's really just kind of thrown in there just to make sure that you know that we're still in the continuity for it. But at the same time, this is a very personal story about Marcus and about Ivanova. So I recommend you watch it. That's Babylon 5 for this week. Tomorrow we'll do Deep Space Nine, and we have some Star Trek news as well. We'll share with you at that time. There's a number of things moving as far as Star Trek series and specials that are coming up due to the Comic-Con in San Diego this last week. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. So tune in for that, and until next time, don't go far.